Hi everyone. I want to show you a small problem and an easy way to avoid it with respect to or related to the merging of spatial data. The specific problem is merging a data frame, so a non-spatial data frame, to the data frame within a spatial data frame, so the actual data directly. If you do this, you can encounter problems that you might not even notice, and your data can get completely jumbled up and mixed up and basically disconnect the spatial data on a map with the actual fundamental data that derives the pattern on the map. And I'm going to show you an example of this. So the first thing I want to do is import a spatial data set, and I'm creating two spatial data frames here. One I'm calling SPDF and the other one SPDF wrong. And now I just plot out one of them. They're the same right now, and put labels on them as you can see. So the only information that these polygons have are these little identifiers here, 13, 7, 9, 2, 8, 1, 4, 3, and so on. Now I'm going to create some data. So this is a matrix, and you can see here you have values 4, 1, 3, and so on. And then here you have values. So these are actual quantities associated with these particular IDs. So let's say I've got some non-spatial data. I want to link it to data that I want to map, and this is the data that I want to link in this data frame called M. Now, it's easy to think you can just merge the data frame, the data inside the spatial data frame, with the non-spatial data frame in a manner like this. So let's do it. And it's merged. And now we're going to just create a new variable in there so that we can look at the correspondence between the identifiers and the values associated with them, and we can identify problems. And here now we'll just plot out this wrong way of doing it. And now we can, if you look carefully, you can see that there's a problem here. So this is polygon 13. And if you look at the data frame here, the value associated with polygon 13 should be 37, because it's the last, this is the value that corresponds with this identifier's value. But in fact, it's 32. In fact, I believe most of these are actually wrong. 4, which is the first one in this list here, should be linked to 9, but in fact, it's linked to a value of 18. So things are screwed up. How do you avoid this? Well, it's actually fairly easy. Instead of linking to the data frame, in which the way I did it here, you just link this way. So the spatial data frame to the data frame like this. And then if we go through the same process, we will see that the values are in fact right. ID 13 is associated with value 37, which is what we see here. ID 4 is associated with value 9, and the rest of them are correct too. So it may be that you've never made this mistake before, but I have, sometimes just unwittingly, not really paying attention. Sometimes I think I've made this mistake because I've not really worried about it. I've not thought about it. And the impact is a little bit unclear, but it's generally ill-advised. This kind of merge here is ill-advised by all the people who know anything about this. And so, and this is an example of one of the consequences of it, that you can get your data jumbled up, and you can avoid it. And this is one easy way to avoid it, to ensure that your merge is structured like this. And if you do that, then this jumbling issue does not seem to be much of a problem anymore. All right, that's all for now. Bye.